Right.
1 more minute.
Okay, 1 more minute just. Yes, Andrew? Right. Let's have a look. So for the first part here, you can use the cosine rule. You can say 15 squared equals 12 squared plus 14 squared minus twice 12, 14 cos p. So that means 15 squared minus 12 squared minus 14 squared over minus 2 times 12 times 14 equals cos p. I might as well just type it in because then I can get the exact decimal. 115 over 336. What the heck is that? Cos p. So p equals the cos inverse of this. 69.98. Yeah, 70 if we're doing 3 significant figures. Right, find the shortest distance from Q to PR. So if I draw the triangle, no, I don't think so. Like what you have here, they want this distance, right? Now you know this angle and you know this side, and they want this side, and this angle here is 70 degrees. So you could actually, because it's a right angle, you can just use a sine. Yeah. So for part 2 here, you could say sine your p, which you just got, is equal to x over 12. So x is 12 sine the p you just got. So if I just type in here 12 sine the answer, that's 11.3 centimeters. Yep.
I was actually thinking about that, but I wasn't sure if the angle that it makes was right.
Yeah, now the way you know this is because in the question they said find the shortest distance, and that must make it perpendicular. Right. Lastly, part C now. It's all reasonable so far, right? Solve the equation tan 2 theta equals minus 1 over root 3. Theta is between 0 and 2 pi. Give your answer as a multiple of pi. Okay, so let's have a look here. Say again. How many? Time for that one?
Yeah, sure.
Finishing up at the 4:19. Okay, well let's have a look here. Tan 2 theta is minus 1 over square root 3. So first we inverse. So now, make sure your calculator, for goodness sake, is in radian mode. So shift mode radians, shift tan inverse minus 1 over square root 3. That is minus a 6 pi. So you have 2 theta is minus pi over 6. The second answer for tan is pi plus the first answer. So that would be 5 pi over 6. And then the next two answers are these two answers plus 2 pi. So if I add 2 pi onto this, what's that? 11 pi over 6? And 17 pi over 6. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Now, next we divide by 2. So theta is minus pi over 3, 5 pi over 12, 11 pi over 12, and 17 pi over 12. And lastly, we have to fix. Which answer is broken?
Negative.
The first one. We fix by adding 2 pi. So theta could be 5 pi over 12, 11 pi over 12, 17 pi over 12, or finally, fixing this one, what's that, adding on 6, 5, 2, 5 pi over 6? No. 6, 5 pi over 3. 5 pi over 3. And there are 4 answers.
Why is it 4?
Which one?
They all have the same denominator up, and then down when you divide it by 2, they somehow change.
Huh?
And that's what.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Thanks. Nobody noticed my screw up here.
I did.
Nobody noticed it as I was doing it. Sorry, I screwed this up, didn't I? What was I thinking? That should have been 12, shouldn't it? Yeah. So, that changes this one greatly. What is it now instead? 23 over 12?
So did they give you a range here?
Yeah, they said 0 to 2 pi. Which one? What is it? Minus pi over 12 plus 2 pi?
Yeah.
What is it then? If you said it's wrong, then that means you have the right answer in front of you. What's the right answer? You can't just say it's wrong to feel like it's wrong. Are you in degree mode still?
No, ready.
Are you sure? Okay, let's check.
Is the 5 over 6 pi equal to minus 1 over square? Oh, no.
Guys, is minus pi over 12 plus 2 pi 23 pi over 12? No, follow my instructions. I'm asking the class, is minus pi over 12 plus 2 pi 23 pi over 12? I should see you typing like good little students. So tell me, is it right or is it not?
My calculator doesn't give enough pi.
You are useless to me. Useless. Yeah, minus pi over 12 plus 2 pi. Okay, good. So you're saying if I sub these answers in, they don't work. Fine, let's check. Let's check. The first answer. Tan 2 theta. So let's check it out. The first one is 5 pi over 12. What should I get here as my answer?
Minus 1 over n.
Minus 1 over root 3. Do I? I do. That's the same thing as minus 1 over root 3. The next one, 11 pi over 12. I do. Next one, 17. I do. I do. They're all right, Amjad. What's wrong, Amjad? I can see there's something not right with you. More than usual. What's wrong with this? Okay.
What's the range for?
0 to 2 pi.
For theta or 2 theta?
Theta is from 0 to 2 pi. Says in the question.
So do we have to write it like that? Like with theta
No,
with the e, or
no.
we can just say theta 0 to.
Is this okay? Is there any questions on this? We do another question? Amjad, what's your question? I know you have a question. What is it?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure? How about, since it's been a while, APGP question? Yeah. So like here, we can't do the A part, but we can do the B and the C part. So what's this? 2, 2, 4, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Also 11 minutes. Okay, you can start this one now. See if you can do this in 11 minutes. Yeah. Yes. Is it about the last one? No. What's up? Did your calculator have a... Well, that's the thing. This is the way things are. So 7 is one power minus 49. So this is minus 3 times 2, which is minus 6. That's all. That's all. You made this much. It's not a rule. It's like the definition of what log 7 it means. Do you know what I mean? You should. You can't set the. No, you can't set the basic. You haven't. You wanted to test it. Yeah. So let's just check that we're right here. 7. Yeah. It's on Moodle. There's a formula book on Moodle. You should actually have a look at what you get for the exam, because that formula book is the exam formula book. You forgot all of them?
I know the sum one, but I forgot the term one. Find the first term.
A plus n minus 1d.
For the AP, yeah. A plus n minus 1d. Yes.
Easy. Sure, I can't find the formula.
In the formula book?
Yeah, is it in the beginning?
It's in the book that we don't see.
At the end?
I think it's all the way
In math percent or?
Yeah.
A bit sneaky of me to put the formula book in the book section, isn't it? Like, what a scoundrel I am to do something so obscure. You found my bonus content on my YouTube channel, where I tell my subscribers what I think about all my students.
first term 4?
Don't know. I'll have to calculate it. I doubt it because the sequence is decreasing.
Oh, it's negative.
The third term is 17 and the fourth term is 13.
Yeah.
So, oh, but he's asking me about the first term. Yeah, it should be bigger than 17 and 13.
The difference is negative.
Yeah. You should have part B finished, and you should be doing part C now. There's 4 minutes left.
Sorry, that's in the C question, that's not the first term, the by 12?
It is.
Why do you take 5 in the first term and the second term?
It confuses students all the time. It's an English problem. You know, I really dislike when people aren't mindful of their English when they're writing these questions. So for me, I don't notice the problem, but I understand why for you notice the problem, because it sounds ridiculous. Find the first term. You're like, by 12. Yeah. So it's the which that changes the meaning of the first term here.
So the first term,
Yeah. Yeah.
the question is asking us to find the
The
number
first-
that's
Yeah.
smaller than
Yeah.
0?
They find when the term is less than 1.
That's not how.
Is it the English?
Yeah, I just don't know what they want exactly.
Yeah.
Just ask.
Firstly, just to clear up the English, if I said to you, find the first student in DIFC, you'd have to go back,
Yeah.
15 years to do that. If I said to you, find the first student in DIFC, which was from Dubai, you understand that that's
Yeah.
different, of course.
Yeah.
So when they say find the first term in which it falls below 1, what they're saying is find the term that's less than 1. The sequence is decreasing. They want to know when will it decrease to less than 1. Yeah, no? 2 minutes. One minute. And then we'll have a look at this now.
6.2 times 10 to the power of negative 13. I don't think that's correct. Is it?
Don't even ask me, is it? You know, there's no way that could be correct.
That's a good work.
Yeah, finished it? Which part are you on, Mariam? B or C? C, okay, good, yeah. Oh, you're finishing B, yeah. Did you get your scooter? Scooter? Huh?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
You changed your mind? Bicycle? Nice.
I didn't get one.
Huh?
I didn't get one yet.
Yeah, but you might. Yeah.
I saw the scooter.
Hmm?
I saw the scooter and like I like to do that. Like I like bicycle and I saw it.
Hmm?
I like it so really.
You're a bit,
It's slippery.
well, the scooters aren't great when it's wet.
Yeah.
Yes, not great. Because the tyres aren't, they're plastic,
Yeah.
not rubber, so it doesn't grip.
So is it 50?
50?
Yeah.
Could be. Seems a bit big though.
I stick to my answer.
You dude. I'll give you $1 million if that's the right answer. Okay, let's have a look now.
It's just convergence.
Let's have a look. So, B part 1. You've got first, second, third, fourth. So what's happening here is decreasing by 4. So the next one would be 9. But what was the previous one here? 21. And then 20, 25 even. 25. So the A is 25. So the A is 25 and the D is minus 4. B part 2. The 48th term, so U48 is A plus N minus 1 times D. So what's that crunched out as?
Negative 163.
Okay. S36, the sum of the first 36 terms. So that's N over 2, 2A plus N minus 1 times D. So that would be 18 times 50 minus 140, right?
Yeah.
So what's that? Let's try not to use the calculator so much. 18 times minus 90, right? So that's 180 times minus 9. Now don't tell me, I can do this. Minus 1800, 180, 7, minus 1620?
No. I thought it's 3.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right, now, C part 1. Yeah, you'll need logs. The 48th term. So you have 512, 448, 392, etc., 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 etc. They want to know when will you get a number which is smaller than 1. Now it can't equal 1. It can't equal 1 because they say falls below 1. So if you find a term that's equal to 1, it's actually going to be the next one. Although I don't think that happens here. I don't think this hits exactly 1. No. So let's see what we get. This is GP, where A is 512 and OR is 448 over 512. So what's that?
7 over 8.
7/8, is it? 7/8? Yeah? No, I don't have a calculator. Is 448 over... Yeah. Okay, so we want to know when will our sequence be smaller than 1? So that means when will a or n minus 1 be smaller than 1? So that means when will 5/12 by 7/8 power n minus 1 be smaller than 1? So that means when will 7/8 power n minus 1 be smaller than 1 over 512? Log both sides. So log and log here. So you get n minus 1 log 7. I'll just leave it like this for one moment there, Young Peng, over that. So n minus 1 needs to be bigger than L.
46.0.
What's the right hand side here? 46 point.
0.71. And it's
46 point.
0.1.
Okay. So that means n needs to be bigger than 47.7, which means n is bigger than or equal to 48, because you can't have a 47.7th term. So it's the 48 onwards is less than 1. The 48th term. Yes.
This is only possible in
I got it, but
Only possible with logs?
no, you can do it with the calculator. Yeah. Just manually do it.
Oh. No, it's not only possible with logs. But unless, you want to be in the Mo school of thought where you sit around with your calculator pressing buttons all day.
I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Is there another way to do it? Let me think.
There is, I have also another question. When you divide
You gave me an answer of 10 to the minus 13 for this. So, I'm not going to trust your other method here.
No, I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
When you divide it by log, when you divide
Yeah,
by
because log 7/8 is negative. You're asking me, is there another method? Let's see. Is there a nice alternative method?
So, the greater than 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it divides by log.
I divided by log 7/8.
I'm talking about an equal.
How did I what?
It's equal to 48.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying here, let's just remember what this is saying. You're saying that n needs to be more than the 47.7 term.
Actually,
And that's actually the same thing as saying it's the 48 term or greater.
actually he's asking for the first term after.
Yeah, so 48 is the answer. Yeah. So it's the 48th term. I'm just making the point here that all terms from 48 onwards is less than 1. I'll give you an example. I'm sure you don't bet on football games. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah. So for some people who do, you can bet on the score of a game. So you might think, you can bet on particular teams scoring more and less than so many goals. So you might say, oh, I'm going to bet that team A scores more than 2 goals. Now the only problem with that is, when you say more than 2, we all know that means 3 or more, because we're all studying maths. But in the general public, some people might think more than 2 could also mean 2. So the way that they avoid this when you're placing a bet is that they say you can bet that the team will score more than 2.5 or less than 2.5 goals. Now, of course, a team can't score 2.5. So being more than 2.5 is the same thing as saying scoring 3 or more goals, and being less than 2.5 is the same as saying scoring 2 or less goals. So 2.5 is not possible, but it prevents any confusion. So what I'm saying here is 47.7. You can't have a 47.7 term. It's the same thing as saying 48 term onwards. So the first time you place your football bet, you might see this if you're betting on the score. Okay. Yeah.
6 months.
Who? Yeah.
What time
Who
was it?
looks like they would have betted on a football game? No, nobody here. None of you looks like you know how to have a good time. No. Okay. I'm sorry, just before we get on to that, I don't think there's any way to do this without logs. And the reason for that is because the answer is 46.7. If the answer here worked out as something nice, I could think of another way to do it without logs. But I can't think of any way to do this without logs, other than what he suggested of keep looking on the calculator until you fall less than 1. I'm afraid not. Yeah. Okay.
So can I go back to the tangent?
The tangent one.
The first one.
Oh, I will in one moment. I just want to get the last part here. Find S infinity. Question? Time. This one is 31. Right, S infinity. The formula for S infinity is A over 1 minus R, which is, what did we say the A was here? A was 512 over 1 minus 7/8. So that would be, don't tell me, 8 times 512, that's 1,000, 4,096?
Yes.
Okay. Who needs a calculator, huh? Right? Yeah, okay. Right, you want me to go back to that tangent question, yeah? Right, let's see. What's wrong with it?
Double check it.
You want to check your answer?
Yeah.
Ah, you can look it on the YouTube video. Ah, yeah, you
No,
can.
moment,
I'll give you exactly 5 seconds. Okay. Well, actually, it's 10 to 11 now, so we can take a little break before we start the double class then. Question, yeah? No? Ah, okay. One moment. Which one? Okay, okay. Just 1 second. Let me just save this here. Or close this, I mean.